Okay, this diagram depicts the situation described. We've got a man up here, the top of this watchtower with height h. His angle of depression as he looks at this ship out here is 15 degrees. That means as he looks down from the horizontal to see the ship, it's 15 degrees, which means the angle of elevation from the ship to the man is 15 degrees, alternate interior angles. Then, a few minutes later, the ship has moved 800 feet towards the watchtower, and he looks again, and the angle of depression is 30 degrees, which means this is a 30-degree angle right here. And so everything that's depicted on the board right now is what I call the complicated way to do the problem. There's a much easier way that takes a few seconds, really. But if you don't see it, you might go through all this. You can say that in this 30, 60, 90 right triangle right here, that H is the short leg opposite the 30-degree angle. So this distance right here is radical 3 times the short leg. And then you can set up this equation. The tangent of 15 is opposite over adjacent. The adjacent side is 800 plus h radical 3. You can actually isolate the h and end up with this. At that point, you could use a calculator to find out that h is 400. Or if you weren't allowed to use a calculator, you could say double angle identity for tangent is this. There's really a plus or minus here, but since we're talking about 30 degrees for x, we can use the plus sign, and the cosine of 30 is replaced by radical 3 over 2. You can go through this simplification and get 2 minus the square root of 3 is an exact value for the tangent of 15, and that's what we can replace this with. Boy, this is a lot of work. But in the end, you do get 400. But now here's the simple way. In this triangle over here, this 30, 60, 90 right triangle, h radical 3 was the long leg. In that triangle, the hypotenuse is twice the short leg, so I can put a 2h here. And oh, by the way, if this is 30 degrees and this is 15, then this is 15. So if I put a Q here, I can say triangle MQS is an isosceles triangle because the base angles are equal, which means the sides opposite those base angles are equal. This side is 800 opposite this 15, and this 2h also has to be 800. So h equals 400. Wow, that was a lot easier. Okay, and that's why drawing a diagram can be very helpful. If you start labeling the pieces or the parts, you might stumble upon something much quicker than what we did over here. There you go. Hope that helped. If you have any questions, post a comment.